Yo, welcome back to the Cap episode 204 here with my co-host, hoodied up over there, RJ Levy-Chin. Yes, we are the Hoodie Boys. I am Nate Sperlin. On this episode, we will be discussing two projects. We'll be discussing Rod Wave's SoulFly as well as Young Dolph and Key Glock's collab project, Dum Dummer 2. So, check us out. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Verbal, iHeartRadio, and more. So yeah, check us out. We're here. Another one. I want to do another one. Yo, welcome back to the Cat episode 204 here with my co-host, RJ Levy-Chin. I am Nate Sperlin. We're the Hoodie Boys today. You feel me? Him over there in that little, what is that, pink?
Yes,
this is a manly
pink.
Color. That's a manly
pink.
color. You looking,
you know what?
Looking
Shout
wild
out
manly
Cameron.
over there.
Shout out Yay, you know what I'm saying? Pink polo, you know I stay pink polo.
That's a hoodie, but anyway.
I'm
what
I got under. Relax. That's what the hoodie for.
Hey, bro. Anyway, I'm Nate Sperlin here. Give another round of applause for me and my gray hoodie that I haven't worn in like 2 years. You feel me? So yeah. Oh yeah, it has like buttons too. Yeah, I ain't never seen this before. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Episode 204.
Nate's drip tips. Get buttons on your hoodies.
All right, no. Here's the drip tip for this episode. Stop mixing Nike and Adidas. That's not cool.
He said stop. You gotta stop mixing the brands.
Yeah, man. You gotta be. You could do Nike and Jordan because you know they owned by the same. Like Jordan's owned by Nike. You could do that, but like Adidas and Jordan, stop doing that. That's not.
Get your loyalty right. Get your loyalty right. You know what I'm saying? These brands, bro. This ain't no joke.
Exactly.
Pick a team. Pick a side.
Anyway, this is the Cat by OldMilk. Your weekly tour through hip hop. RJ, I was so enamored by how you're dressed today. I didn't even get to ask how you're doing. How are you?
Hey man, this is how I feel right now. This is the level that I feel. I feel like this. This is how I feel. Look,
you don't have to explain that. NBA Live 14. Why do you have that?
Exactly.
Who has NBA Live 14?
I feel like
the
developers after they made that game, I feel like whoever has played the game,
So you feel like you robbed somebody?
I feel like I was robbed multiple times. I was robbed of my money and good experiences.
So you feel like how you feel right now owning that?
Yeah.
Oh, all right,
fully. Just a little bit upset.
Did you buy 2K14? What's the process? I think
I bought both. I think that NBA Live had taken a break because they dropped 2010 and then 2011 was weird, 2012 was weird, 2013 was weird, and then they made a comeback with 2014 and I was like hype. Shit was garbage. Straight garbage.
So you fell victim to
no. I don't even feel like NBA Live 14. I feel like Kyrie on the Cavs. Pre-LeBron. Come on.
Yeah, that's
how I feel.
Yeah, that's not good.
Wanting to lead my team to success, but not being able to because
his second best player was Deion Waiters.
Yeah, fully.
That was.
Hey, shout out Q's though. I'm tight we lost in the Sweet 16, but hey, good job, boys.
I expected it. So yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
Pessimistic ass.
Look, man, I'm a fan of two teams: Chicago Bulls and good basketball. That's it.
Hey, yo, get this motherfucker out of here.
Anyway, like I said, it is episode 204. Before we get into it, let's do us a favor. Hit the like button. Hit the comment. Subscribe. Yeah, RJ doing it.
Like. You feel me?
I was gonna say you ain't gonna hit your little like 3 times. I know that's your shit. I'll get out the way. Hey, ISO. I got
Smash that like button. Like.
Yeah, sure.
Gotta like it 3 times because if you like it and then you unlike it, make sure that you.
Yeah, like it 3 times. Yeah. You got it. Oh my god. We have 2 projects to talk about this week. We have the first one being Rod Wave, SoulFly, and the second one being Young Dolph and Key Glock, their collab, Dum Dummer 2. RJ, actually no, you're not even gonna. I'm not even gonna ask you.
Because come over here. It's full court press time.
Full court press time.
It's full court press time,
bro.
Full court press,
bro. You're Klay Thompson in the NBA. Nobody does that anymore.
Lucy.
Oh my god.
All right,
We're starting off with Rod Wave in his new album SoulFly, 19 tracks, 57 minutes long, and we have Polo G as the feature. RJ, what did you think about this project?
Some of you may remember, I don't even know if we actually got into it as deep as we needed to. I think that Rod Wave is really talented. I think that, you know, he's projected to sell 150 first week. So it's clear that people fuck with the music. Talented singer. I think that he has great beat selection too. Project was crazy from what I expect out of Rod Wave. I think that he hit all the bars. But what I presented about on was Rod Wave doesn't really have any hits. He doesn't have hits that stand out. He doesn't have hits that I think that the average hip hop fan would be able to call out by name. And I think that this is another project where there isn't that. Even the Polo G song, which I think that is a great track, is that and I think that I'm realizing it more in a different way, even though he chooses trap beats, is that he's such a soulful, almost gospel-esque artist that there aren't really room for hits. But at the same point, like, I'm comparing him to a guy like Roddy Ricch, is that I feel like this album showed to me that he's not one level above him, but I mean below him. He might be 2 levels below him, because I just don't think that he has a hit in him personally.
Mm-hmm. I don't.
And SoulFly is an example of that.
I feel like it depends on the artist. I feel like at the end of the day, Rod Wave makes good music. I think that this project was good. I will say that at some points I was a little disappointed. I think that it needed more features on it. 57 minutes with just one feature on it is kind of too much. But I think that Rod Wave's mentality going into this project might have been a little different. You kind of seen him. The thing I like about Rod Wave, right, is the range that he has, how he can be really smooth and then he can be really forceful with his voice. And I didn't really get much of the forcefulness of it. It was just really him just being smooth throughout the whole project, which is fine. But at the end of the day, again, that's half of what I like about him. So while the songs were good, I think that at times they could have been a lot better. Like RJ said, the beat selection is really, really good. I don't think Rod Wave does not pick bad beats. Like he knows what he wants and he knows what he's gonna do on each beat. So for that, I applaud him. But I think that this project was really to show off more of his voice and more of his smoothness. You could even feel it in some of the songs where the pace was kind of slower than some songs that he's had in the past. So I think that he was really trying to show off his voice and his vocals here. I think that he's really trying to figure out what's next for him and what's next for his sound. So everybody needs a project like this. I kind of think about this project in the same vein that I think about 21 Savage's Issa, where you kind of seen 21 Savage trying to figure out how he's going to evolve based off his previous success. So that being said, I think that this is a solid project, but I don't think that this is his best project.
I think the name SoulFly is a really good kind of precursor to what the sound is and what his style was going to be. I think it's weird that you compare it to Issa, since Issa has one of 21 Savage's like biggest hits like of his career on it. Mm-hmm. As well as some other like great songs.
I mean, but so hits aren't everything though. Like I think
they're not. But I think that it was that project was top heavy. That project was top heavy.
There were some songs where it was kind of, if you take Savage Mode and you compare it to Issa, Savage Mode wins and it's no contest.
I agree.
And that's what and then if you go forward and you compare Without Warning to Issa, Without Warning wins, no contest. If you compare I Am Greater Than I Was to Issa, I Am Greater Than I Was wins with no contest. So,
but it's hard to compare, because I also think that 21 Savage, the one thing that has been great besides the consistency is his ability to continuously progress.
Yes.
And that's because there's a lot of artists that have put out the same amount of projects and have not progressed.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that this
is not a progression for Rod Wave.
I think it is. I think he's trying to figure out what's.
You think this is a progression from the last project?
Yes. I think that it's because even when you look at it when you look at Juice WRLD Recipe Juice WRLD, when you look at him and you look at Goodbye and Good Riddance compared to Death Race for Love, Goodbye and Good Riddance is better than a Death Race for Love. But on Goodbye and Good Riddance, but on Death Race for Love, excuse me, he was trying to experiment and try new things and figure out what's next for him and what's next for his sound, in the same way that I feel Rod Wave is trying to do here on SoulFly. So while this project may not have been as good as his previous projects, I still think it's important.
I mean, we can agree to disagree on that one. I mean, I think that when it's all said and done, that this project was not useful for his career.
I disagree.
I don't think that it was a needed album. Like, listening to it, I don't think that was a needed album.
I mean, it's selling 150,000. That's useful.
Yeah, but that's I don't think that makes something useful.
I mean, it's gonna be his biggest debut.
Is Eminem's last album useful?
No, that's different though.
Do you want me to bring up the numbers?
He solidified. And didn't Eminem have a year where he sold what he sell? What's his record for selling first week?
I don't know.
Like 500,000 above, probably higher than that. Like,
yeah.
No matter what,
he's probably sold 1 million in a week.
Yeah, like no matter what number you bring up from Eminem's last album, it's not bigger than the number that he set at his peak.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
but I also think that Rod Wave, like, I was thinking about it when I saw the projection. Is that I was like, who's listening to this Rod Wave album on that level where it can be 150, and what are the second week sales going to be? With no hit. So I gotta see, because I also think that, like, that's a big thing that I'm also trying to say, is that his style and his sound, even though the beats do have 808s and are kind of trappy, is that, he's just like rapping about, like, overcoming and like in a really soulful way. And I think that the demographic could be a little bit different, and that's why he has the fan base that he does, because he's not aggressively talking about certain things. That being said, as he's a hitless wonder, and
not everything's about hits though. You can't just like look at someone's career and say how many hits that do you have, and then value that in that type of way. Like, that's not.
Yeah, but even as a soulful artist who's not going for what the traditional hit, number one sense, but even like those songs that everyone knows. Besides this, and I feel like it was more because of the meme and shit that I had seen of just like him talking about, on PTSD, is that I'm thinking about like GoldLink. GoldLink is an artist who you're not looking to for hits. Crew was a massive hit. That's a song that was played at mad kickbacks, put Brett Faiyaz on a different level.
But we can't talk about artists who are one-hit wonders, who've had one big hit in their career and never live up to it again, and then in the same vein criticize Rod Wave for not having a smash hit. I
don't know if that is what I would say about GoldLink specifically, because I do think that there were other songs on that album that were pretty big. Obviously none of them were as big as Crew, like, period. But I also think that there's a formula that I think Rod Wave understands for being able to get himself a hit. And I think that he has the ability he has the talent to do it. But I think that he's specifically not necessarily searching for that.
What's one NBA YoungBoy song that everybody knows?
There's that project with like the jersey that's waving, and there's a bunch of songs on that project that I feel like are big NBA YoungBoy songs.
Oh, you can't name me one off the top of your head?
No, but there's a bunch of artists that I know have a hit that I couldn't name it. Like,
I mean, I think it's also a matter of just Rod Wave is primarily a Southern artist. I don't really think that. I think that he's talented, but I don't really know how much he really translates in terms of like New York City and like where we live and stuff like that. So I also think that he may have like cult followings and cult hits that we're just not privy to because we're not around people who listen to Rod Wave that much.
Okay. I'm fine with
it's the same. It's the same thing with Kodak for me.
Check his Spotify when you get a chance, and tell me what his biggest songs are.
I will do it right now, but I need you to vamp.
You need me to vamp.
Yes.
I think that the big thing that hits matter for is, national recognition. And I do think that every artist wants that recognition. So I'm not trying to think about hits of like Rod Wave needs to make more poppy music. Like that's not what I'm trying to say.
All right. How many Spotify streams do you think counts as a hit?
100 million easy.
He has 2.
What are they?
Rags to Riches and Heart on Ice.
Heart on Ice, that's the song I was thinking of. Heart on Ice. That Heart on Ice is the closest thing to a hit that I think he has. I may even call it a hit. I may even go back on all of because I've been walking down the street. I've been by so many times. I don't know if you believe. Like, that shit is fire. So I ain't even mad. But I also think that he's never made good on that. He's never done that again. But he's used that same style. OD.
I think
that's what I like. I wish that he, the singing inflections where he like gets real soulful and like then go back like that on Heart on Ice. There's a bunch of moments like even that chorus, like when he like belts out the heart been broke so many times. Like when he does that, like there are not a lot of songs
harmonizing
where he has
RJ.
those inflections where he doesn't have a lot of songs where he's like doing it on that level, and that was like
in his
3 years ago.
In his discography or
no, I'm saying like on that level, on a peak, well, definitely on this project.
Yeah, I agree with you there, and that's what I was talking about in terms of
Rags to Riches is a hit.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. No, I think that he tried the one that has 100 million, excuse me, doesn't have has someone else on it. I don't know if it has Lil Baby on it though.
Is that Lil Baby?
There's like two versions.
What's the song that I'm talking about with Lil Baby? Oh.
Rags to Riches has Lil Baby on it, but like there's like two versions of the song. Yeah. So I think that goes back to what I'm saying about how Rod Wave doesn't really give us the belting out and that type of soul on this project. He's really trying to be smooth, and it kind of feels more R&B-ish because also
this nigga is a trop Ruben Studdard.
Who is Ruben Studdard?
He's okay. Some of y'all gonna get that, some of y'all not gonna get it. It's okay.
Yeah, you old as shit.
What are you talking about? I ain't see.
Ruben
Look at
Studdard.
this nigga. But he won. I think he won. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he won. I think he's like he's like the only black male to win American Idol. And he was he's a fat dude.
When was this?
He was a really soulful singer. I don't even know. Definitely late 2000s, probably.
Yeah, you old as shit. Whenever someone hits you with the, I don't even know.
I think it was like 2000s though. Definitely wasn't past 2010. So.
Yeah, I wasn't watching American Idol.
I just like gospel. He's a gospel singer, so
yeah.
That's if you don't know gospel, you wouldn't know who.
Oh yeah, yeah. Favorite songs.
Shit, you go first because I gotta actually look at this shit.
SoulFly. I think SoulFly is very important for this album because whatever expectations you may have had that I had for the album, in terms of sound, SoulFly just like sets it straight right there. Slow tempo, and he's just singing and doing what he's doing on this album, just like singing and not really belting out, being smooth with it. Street Runner is really good. I think Pills and Bills is the best beat on this project. How the Game Go, What's Love and Changing. Street Runner is the best song on this project to me though.
Yeah, my favorites are SoulFly, Richer, and Street Runner. But I like Richer a lot. I also just think that Polo G, I'm glad that Martin and Gina went off because Polo G should be reassured that he can make like low key songs as much as he can make like drill songs. Yeah, he should be reassured in that because I think he can get into that bag and do things.
I'm very excited for the next Polo G album. I'm very excited.
I hope it has the features that it needs.
What do you think the features that it needs are?
Lil Durk and Lil Baby again. I think that Roddy should get on it. I think that he should also try to get in with some legends.
I think him and Future would go crazy.
I don't know if he can get a Future feature yet. I don't know if he's on that level.
He might be able to.
He might be able to. I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't know.
And I've seen Future work with the lesser popping artists.
Yeah, that's true. But still, you know, I like some artists. Like I've heard multiple artists not even hit up bigger artists because they don't feel like they're on that level yet.
Oh no, you gotta shoot your shot. They say
no. I mean, I think that it's up to you. I think that, you know,
Yeah.
understanding that you want to get people's respect before you link up with them. Because at the same time, is that like you hit up a nigga before they have respect for you, they might give you, you know, a verse for the check versus I know how far the song could go, so I'm gonna, you know, do my best. So that is also a part of it. But regardless of that, Polo G is fire. I like the Polo G feature. I like the Polo G song is my favorite song on the Rod Wave project. I think that Rod Wave's next project has to have a hit though, or for him to be the national artist that I think his talent deserves.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he has to have a song that the radio can't deny.
I mean, I think
that's what I want for him.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it's too soon to say that there's not a hit on this project, because there have been times before that I said there isn't really a hit on a project. There isn't a song that I think will go off on a project and it just explodes. Like the first thought in my mind is Ric Flair Drip on Without Warning with Offset. I enjoyed the song. No, I love the song, but I didn't know how big it would get.
Bro, okay, so audience members, there's this thing called a trick in songwriting, and a trick is a song. Even if you're a very lyrical artist, this is something that Jay-Z has talked about, and Kanye West, is that even if you're a lyrical artist, you know, you have a higher concept, is that you leave lines where you're doing something a little bit different, or you're doing something that's going to stand out. You're doing something that's memorable that make people, you know, be like, oh, it's identifiable with the song. That Ric Flair Drip go woo on a bitch, that is automatically going to make the song a hit, because anybody that knows Ric Flair is gonna be like, I just want to say woo on a song. I just want to. So if you listen to that song once and you weren't like, oh, this is a hit, you're out of your mind. Because automatically, the first time I heard Ric Flair with the beat, Ric Flair Drip go woo on a bitch, I was like, man, that's gonna be in the club for years to come, bro. Automatically. So I don't know what you was listening to.
I just didn't, because
I knew that because I knew Ric Flair was also gonna co-sign it. And once Ric Flair co-signed it, that is done. That is really done.
Where I'm coming from is just the standpoint of like, that was Offset's first like smash hit, and we're usually used to him having hits with like Quavo and Takeoff. So just like him being doing that, I knew that he could, that song was gonna be a hit, and I knew that song was gonna be good. I just didn't expect it to take off the way that it did just by himself. Well, Metro produced it, but just by those two.
Metro produced himself.
Yeah, that's true too. But still,
Metro produced the whole project.
Yeah, he did.
And that's what I'm saying, is that at the time, especially for the South at the time. For the South at the time, 21 Savage, especially because they dropped it on Halloween. Yeah. 21 Savage and Offset dropping that project, sky was the limit. Yeah. In my opinion, sky was the limit. So when I heard Ric Flair Drip, I was like, oh, this is about to be a hit. I knew that.
Without Warning is the project that convinced me that Offset is the best Migo.
I think that everyone kind of knew. I think that I realized that he was the most well-rounded, which gave him the most potential, was when Quavo and Takeoff were kind of having to do their own thing, because Takeoff was just like a rapper. He's just like, I'm gonna give you this 16 and it's gonna be fire. And Quavo was the superstar. And so Offset balanced that. And when Offset was in jail, there was that balance was clearly not there. And I think that like, what's another song? Met Gala. Met Gala is a huge song. I think Offset carries that song. Is that like, I knew that Offset could make money off of his own hooks. Like Quavo was the hook guy, but I knew that Offset, because he could easily also be the hook guy too. And that's when I realized, okay, this guy could have his own hits easily, because he has the ability to do both. Whereas Takeoff can't really, he's not gonna hit you with the hooks. He's never really gonna get you with a good hook.
Yeah, but Takeoff
and Quavo,
I will say,
gonna have a whole song of hook. The verse and is a hook in a verse that's also a hook.
I will say one thing about Takeoff though is on Made Men off of Culture 2, that Takeoff hook, man. You just have to get Takeoff in the right bag for him to like execute.
But that's also the most outlier Migos song ever. I wish that they dropped a whole project of songs like that.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy. That would be crazy. I would enjoy that very much. Also, another thing, real quick, I still want that. We're probably not gonna get it at this point, but I still want that Takeoff and Lil Yachty collab project.
Nigga, I still want that. J. Cole, Kendrick. I still want Watch the Throne 2. God. I want the Drake Kanye project. I want the Drake. I want the next Drake disc to Pusha T. Like I want, everybody wants everything. We get
every Halloween. I low-key have a little hope that Without Warning 2 comes out, and it never does.
I agree with that. I also think that's very possible. I think it's possible.
Yeah, no, I think it's possible too.
It's possible. I just think that Metro been on his shit, and he's, maybe give it another year and a half.
I'll hold you to it. 2 years, I'm gonna call you up like, hey, come out. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, see.
But speaking of collab projects, our next project we'll be discussing is Young Dolph and Key Glock, Dum and Dummer 2. 20 tracks, 61 minutes long, an hour and a minute. No features on it. Off rip, I will say that the album art for it is heat. I think they're going for a Beavis and Butthead concept, right?
Yeah.
On that album art. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's heat. But what did you think about the project, the music of it?
Man, this shit was fire, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. I like Young Dolph in a very low volume. Mm-hmm. Not like literal like volume, like sound. Like I need a few songs. Like give me the best songs from Young Dolph, and I'll bump them like nobody's business. Penguins, Aspen, in Glock we trust. I'm the type. Yeah. Sleep with the Roaches. Like that shit is fire. And I knew from where that they were that they're Southern. Having two Memphis niggas get into a booth together to make Memphis music is cool because you're also in a position where they're not trying to do the same thing, but they're where they're pulling from is from similar places. So they're always gonna like sound like they're supposed to be together, even if they're not doing the same thing. So a lot of the songs, and I do like how they have a balance of together songs and solo songs, but I think that their chemistry was I didn't expect their chemistry. I should have known that their chemistry was gonna be as good as it was. And it was fire. I mean, Dumb and Dumber 1, I remember listening to it.
Yeah.
And I didn't think it was that good.
I think this one is definitely better. I think Dumb and Dumber.
I think that this is just significant.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think
this shit is fire.
I think it's also funny that you mentioned their chemistry because I believe in one of the songs I don't remember, but Key Glock said in 6th grade I wanted to be like Young Dolph and Look at Me Now on one of the songs. So like I thought that was a cool line to have in there. But I think that I love the beats on this as well. There's out of this whole, we might as well just label this episode titled No Bad Beats because there's no bad beats on any of these projects that we were discussing. But I do think that for me personally, when I think about a collab album that I enjoy, I think about albums where there's a clear contrast between the two artists. That's why I really want that Takeoff and Lil Yachty album because it's the curiosity and the wonder of how they're gonna
rapper bag, bro. Lil Yachty was just gonna get in his rap. Yes, fully. It doesn't make sense for Lil Yachty to get into the room and be like, let me be on my little boat shit while this nigga is only spitting on every song.
But it
doesn't make sense for him to do that.
It would make a complete song though.
I'm not saying I disagree with you, and I'm not even saying that Lil Yachty is going to handle the hooks like we know that.
Yeah.
But I think that on his verses. Mm-hmm. He is not going to be doing all the singing shit that he's not going to be on his little boat shit. He's going to be rapping.
Well, I hope that we're probably not going to, I don't even know why I'm saying I hope because we probably not even going to get that shit. But I think that if Lil Yachty were on his melodic shit and Takeoff was on his rappy rap shit, that would be one of the best.
Takeoff was on Minnesota, right? Or was it just Quavo?
I'm not sure.
I got to remember that. That song
there were so many features on that. Like I don't even remember, to be honest. But
hey, QC. The reason why I don't, don't put it to bed because I definitely think that QC artists, and Atlanta artists, both that they are both that they're more likely to be in the studios and be doing shit together.
The reason why I'm kind of giving up on it is because it was the time period in which these rumors were starting to develop was around the same time that Quavo and Travis Scott had their collab project, and then Offset and 21 Savage and then Metro had the Without Warning 2. So like they were all doing collab projects, and the same way like all their solo projects came out around the same time, like they were all their collab projects except for Takeoff and Lil Yachty, which was rumored and never came out. It would have made sense for that to come out at that time, and I don't really see a time period for them to do that anymore, especially with Culture 3 coming out soon, hopefully really, really soon. But back to Young Dolph and Key Glock, I think that at times it could be one-dimensional too. I really like the beats on it, but sometimes the rapping just isn't impressive enough for me to really save a song in my playlist. But I do like some of the songs that you mentioned, Penguins and Aspen. Buddy Love is really good. I love Move Around is really good too. But I think that for me, a successful collab project for me is something with contrast, and there isn't really much contrast to it.
I don't need contrast from two Memphis niggas, I'll tell you that. Shout out Bandplay. Bandplay handled a lot of the production. I think they have some hits on there. We got to see, you know, how far they go, the longevity. Great project. I have a question for you. Do you think that this is their peak, or do you think that there's a level above this that they could go with the Dum Dummer 3?
I think if they continue this for Dum Dummer 3, this is a good place to plateau. I don't really, because I think they're very one-dimensional artists. So that being said, I don't really see, especially Young Dolph and however long he's had success doing what he's doing, I don't really see much room for growth in them, or the need or the want to grow. So I think that this will be a good plateau for them.
I think what's next is them having features.
If they get some features on there, I think that will probably take it to the next level.
Yeah,
I agree.
But
with that.
I think the reason why they don't, I mean, that's one of the weaknesses of being an independent artist. You know, have a budget to go get features.
Yeah.
So, sell one of them cars. Get a little baby feature.
Oh my god.
Lose out on the Lamborghini boys, but you get the feature.
Man, nah, I'll be on the Lamborghini boys.
I need that.
Yeah, there's hopefully after we come back, it starts to pick up for real.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully. But that's RJ Levichin. I'm Nate Sperlin. This has been the Cap episode 2. What is that? Oh my god.
What
is that?
Posing,
no,
you know what I'm saying?
No, stop. Don't do that. Ew, what is that? Do it again. No, no. Oh my god, that is terrible. Anyway, like I said, that is RJ Levichin. I'm Nate Sperlin. This has been the Cap episode 204. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe, comment, share with your friends. Stay safe. Wear a mask. Wash your hands. Make sure you do all that so we can beat COVID. You know, I want to be outside this summer, so that would be a beautiful thing to happen. No podcast next week. We're going on a break, so we'll see you in 2 weeks. And we are out. What is this one? Oh,